Hello everyone, my name is Lavrenti Valiona, and today we have a guest for a forehand service. We have Evelina Bledans, the very same nurse. Sorry, Evelina, I had to say it. With us is our master Liana, who will be doing a pedicure with wraps, and I will now be doing a correction for Evelina. Let me see what they've set aside for me. Yeah.
Well, how is it going to get better? Well,
we need to do something.
Yeah, well,
I remember how you told me about the racks. And, well, back then too, after the combo, after...
Well, the bone, you can see the bone.
Yeah, well, I haven't had that bone since childhood.
Well, nobody really has a childhood.
I've had it since childhood, well, since I was 14.
Well, that's already something acquired.
Yes, of course.
Yes, well, it's not innate. I mean, it's not, of course.
Not innate, well...
How did it happen?
At first I get confused, Mom.
Well, of course, that's because our big toe goes to the side. You see, the big toe moves over there. But in foot biomechanics, all our toes are involved, and yes, it becomes hard for the body. He says, okay, for stabilization, I'll grow something here. That'll work fine for me. It's all very simple. I mean, the body is really smart.
Oh no, now I'm very careful with my feet.
They do surgery to remove the bump, but recovery takes a long time.
Yeah, that's nonsense. It just grows back anyway.
Of course it grows back because the cause won't be eliminated.
So, it's important to me that it just stays as it is, so it doesn't get any worse. I bought these little things like rubber bands, orthopedic ones, for the sole and for the toe, and well, I still can't use all of that anyway. Of course, it all really annoys me. For example, when you need protection in dress shoes, you're standing there with those shoes right on your foot.
But it won't fit in there.
It just won't fit, and if it does, well, it's really uncomfortable. As a rule, it doesn't fit. I even had a big filming block once, and I actually went and ordered an insole, told them, guys, I'm going to wear this in dress shoes. They took measurements there, made it specially, adjusted something.
Do you think it didn't fit into any shoes? Of course, in that case, you had to buy model shoes that were wider, not bigger in size, but wider, because the insole adds volume, and then there's just no room. We can't fit into our usual pumps. The pretty ones, for example, the ones for the stage. Sometimes even the insole barely fits in there. It just can't fit in there, basically. So the shoe needs to have more volume, but then they'll look different. You won't like those shoes anymore, will you?
Well, especially since the artist brought me the shoes, it's not like they're from the garden or anything.
They're really big when it's art, yes.
And here you kind of realize that,
well,
there's no other option. Here's the form.
Please take a look.
So after the big ones?
Well, after such?
It looks dwarfed next to them. Well, it's a good shape, I think. It's an oval.
Leaning toward an almond shape. Beautiful. You can't do this on a short super almond, can you? Medium length, so it looks feminine.
And most importantly, stability. In this case, it's very important to me that they are exactly like that. So if I catch them on something...
I'll do it for you with gel. You can summon or kill with it. Then I have to literally climb over rocks and trees. What's there? Yes, maybe there are other options.
That I'll be climbing over rocks, trees, digging in the ground.
Not the best, yeah. Digging in the ground, yeah.
Treasure, looking for treasure. Can I say...
Which project? Or is it not allowed yet?
Absolutely not, absolutely not. Mysterious project, what more can I say?
Just, basically, if anyone sees Evelina with orange nails, that's me, yes.
Yes, and probably, after all your Louis will be Virtels. It's very funny, really, I'm delighted.
Just in case, I want to say it's fake and not a real Louis Vuitton.
No, it's original, look, you see.
It's just that Louis Vuitton doesn't know yet that they made nail wraps with it here. It's original. It was just delivered from France. Yes.
Exclusive Loy.
Right now, there's a trend all over the world for natural nails for bare nails. Have you heard about this? They paint their nails in a way that you can't even tell they're painted. I mean, it's really transparent. Listen.
But when you look at people's nails, at girls' nails, they're huge and bright. Well, it's beautiful. Especially in the summer, it's gorgeous.
in the summer. Yes, I got it.
This pink one, the one we just took off together.
Uh-huh.
All my girlfriends had it.
Well, fuchsia is definitely the most summery option, I think. Summer without fuchsia is just a ruined summer, so it's a must. That's just how it is.
Well, you see, now I have orange. I'm switching to orange. I love it too. I have a lot of it as well. I arrived in fuchsia. I arrived in orange.
Well,
interesting. I agree.
I know now it seems to me the stranger the better. On the contrary, there's also a trend for things that don't match. That's probably where the charm is, for things to be as different as possible. Should I skip the nail art? I just suddenly feel like having something.
To offer.
To offer? What kind of mood can I offer?
The mood is Chinese. China A?
We wanted a hieroglyph, right? What does it look like?
But I don't know. What do you mean? Well, I know I want the meaning of the hieroglyph, but how do you... A...
So we still need to find it. Well...
Yeah. What should the meaning be?
Something about love. Well, let's go.
And most importantly, to love. That's key.
So that the source where we find this image is, well, reliable.
Right?
Yes, because if we write it now and there's some inappropriate word there and you're in China...
I forgot about that.
Show them there. They'll be glad to see it. I'm Yeshka.
I just don't know if I'll be able to find anything or not. The main thing is love in Chinese.
Well, there you go, love. Well, it's complicated, but basically I can draw it, because it's not that big of a problem. How do you read it? AI. You can write it on your thumb. I think we'll start by covering it with orange and see how it looks, right? Yeah. Well, it should definitely look good on tanned hands. Yeah, it should.
Orange is just amazing, right? We've done orange before. Yeah, I really like it. I'm trimming.
What? Not to trim?
Well, I don't know. It's up to you. I'm trimming just a little. People usually say that my hair doesn't grow. Well?
Yes, you practically have nothing, but I think maybe at least trim what's sticking out, so to speak. Well...
If something is sticking out, then go ahead and trim it. They will start to grow and spread out later.
Just like I told you about the bone, I'll tell you about the cuticle. The skin is our largest organ, and this organ is very smart, just like our whole body. And why do people say that, for example, the cuticle will grow a lot if you cut it? That it will grow a lot if you cut it too much? Well, I mean, if we do an extra thorough job, nowadays people want to clean more, cut more. That's not right. The skin perceives it as an attack. It's like friction when a callus appears. It's also a protective reaction. And here too, if you cut off too much, the skin says, "Oh no, I'm under attack. Help. I'll grow, get stronger, and hold on tighter." Yes, but this...
Just like thickening.
Yes, that's why. That's why during a manicure, of course, and during a pedicure too, the trimming should be very conservative. I likely know all about gentle manicures. Don't worry.
Yeah, I know that you know everything.
I just know a little. Only what's really obvious.
But look at these.
Oh.
They're totally orange. Here they are.
By the way, I didn't finish flipping through the orange one and the green one too.
I think so too, but they also look kind of sick. Well, you know, it's like you have some mild illness or something, well...
Fantasies?
Of course, they're kind of greenish. Well, anyway, I just can't see those on you.
COVID ones?
Well, something like that. Subtitles.
Igor, would you like some water to drink?
Well...
I'll drink some soon. For now, I'm not tired. Just a little. When I get tired, we'll switch. That's why I dislike working four-handed. Why don't you like it? The client gets tired, especially from eating and having to turn like this. For me, it's just a bit uncomfortable. I already have the coating ready, so just relax. No, Liana just spends an hour each on hands and feet with us.
Well, not everyone asks for that anyway. I usually allow for more time. Also for all sorts of, let's say, toilet breaks, restrooms, you know.
Yes, for suffering and things like choosing flies, all that. Yes, things like that.
So, well, you still have to allow for extra time. You can't just set aside 2 hours for everything.
No, there is a system to make this service convenient for the client, but unfortunately it just doesn't work financially. You need 2 specialists working together.
I think about that too. I thought about it. Then you'd have total relaxation.
I mean, you just sit like this
and
enjoy yourself, right? But, you know, there's a nuance to it. For example, I have my own style, like I do things my way, and another artist, even if we're using the same technique and the same materials, it still turns out differently for each of us. Well, there's the gel application, shaping the form, so the artist will need to switch constantly. For example, I remove the coating, she removes the coating, then I handle the cuticle, she shapes the form, then we switch, I do the cuticle there, she shapes the form here. Same applies to leveling, otherwise the hands will look different. Well, I mean, how do you coordinate 2 technicians, 3 technicians, and clients? I mean, it really has to be very well organized. Well,
it's a very interesting topic and it's beautiful. First of all, it's beautiful.
Oh, Evelyn, it's not like that. I was already there. Of course, you didn't really let go. I was just talking to you.
Yep. I'm sending it back. I'll be quick.
You had a role in that too. Do you remember it? Yes, Angie. Well, it took me such a long time to realize it. I didn't realize that it was paleness. It was a long time after we met, not right away. I didn't recognize you. I always watched and wondered, who is that second person? Who is that?
Who is the first one? Who taught and who?
Who came up with you and Enzi, by the way?
No, well, we all kind of came up with it as we went along and...
On the spot, right? Chris was the name of the heroine, right? Yes, Chris Enzi. Well, I'm here. I actually watched Women's League and One for All because, well, yeah, she's kind of cool. There's something about her. No.
I like the Women's League.
They're so short.
They're cute. I was invited there too, but I was so busy with something that my manager refused for me.
So sometimes you might not even get those invitations.
Yes, sometimes they might not even reach me.
Wow.
I mean, well, I also had a director, with a kind of crown and as if, what else, like some other women besides my Alechka. Well, listen, missed opportunities just nearby in our lives are happening. Yelena Vasilievna, listening to your words, my beautiful Elena, my favorite color fuchsia. I hide my hands so that everything will be fine, to live well and to...
Yes, it was cute. Was the yellow too? I'm glad I picked pink. Pink still, isn't it?
Although for our new nail polish, those would have been good. Well, we thought pink. Let's see now.
How orange will look with pink. Now we'll see everything. Yes.
By the way, we'll see. No, it's going to be super cool, but those are actually gloves after all, for tanning.
Well, from ultraviolet light?
They're just gloves.
Well, just like any fabric.
Any fabric will block ultraviolet rays, as they can't pass through it.
I understand.
Well then.
That it's fingerless?
In short, that's the magic of China. They pick up on any nonsense happening in the world very quickly, and everyone adapts to it right away. And now those gloves with Miri Malit are gone. They were just bought.
That's what I'm saying. Yulia started looking for gloves today.
She says they won't deliver them because they'll be coming from some faraway foreign country, almost from America, and you have to pick them up somewhere. I said, well, then don't order them for me. I really just messed up.
This summer...
I used to go swimming wearing gloves because hands are the first thing to age. Well, yeah.
Yes, I agree. That's where the first pigment spots appear, yes.
This year, I just didn't bother at all. I didn't expose my hands. Now there's this lamp, Helio.
Maybe you've heard of it.
That sounds familiar, yeah.
Cosmetologists offer blue light, yellow, green, different spectrums. Like yellow and green are good for hair and for the skin, and they do it on the face. Well, in Moscow there are plenty of those, yes, Helio, and I also have this doctor cosmetologist in Moscow. She almost won some kind of award for this Helio. She was able to treat her own little bald spots, like with this, she really could treat alopecia. They give really great results for the condition of your skin. So you just lie there, they can put a mask on you or something else. And this light of different spectrums, it has some regenerative properties, basically, some kind of regeneration. Interesting.
Well,
professionally,
of course.
It costs thousands or even millions.
Of course, I also had home care. Come on. How interesting. I like this nail.
Oh, it's pretty.
I'm thrilled, really. It's so beautiful. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
I've never had anything like this before.
Well, then they'll cover it again. It'll be all glossy.
It's very beautiful. So I never have time for nail art? Well, never.
Well, I understand.
And here, it's like someone actually sat down and drew these little spots on this woolen base for me. So first there's some kind of marking, right? And then it goes on. Is that it?
Well, you need to measure the width of the nail plate. I'm turning the hand to the side. There, the width of the nail plate is measured. There's just a little strip with markings, like a tiny ruler. Then, using this little strip, we can choose the size of the nail wrap, because they're all different sizes. Well, they look similar, but actually, they differ by millimeters, because, well, the thumb, okay, even the thumb comes in several sizes, and the pinky is even more so. They also make them in solid colors. Well, you might be surprised, but you can buy this on Wildberries. No.
Listen, you can buy it, but a person still needs to know how to do it. You can't just do it like that either. When you started working on the thumb, I thought that's it, it's gonna twist and have some kind of folds.
No, everything is arranged on purpose, everything is done specially, and it holds up just fine. I can look for someone in Moscow who can do this for you, but I just need to understand. I mean, will you go to this person, or does someone need to be called to you? Well, somehow.
For now, I'll just dream a little, and then I'll tell my girls about these nail wraps. Well, why don't you recommend Monday?
Well, I like it more.
And for feet, it's amazing, I'm just thrilled.
Like, wow. Yeah, tell the girls, let them buy the courses, learn, and let them do it. And you can, for example, if the length bothers you, trim it later. Well, if you need to file it, you can, well, everything is like with regular polish, nothing new.
I think I would only use these nail wraps.
Did you do it for me, right?
Yes. Maybe it was tailored from you? Lint. Sometimes it happens, yes, you meet someone and you think, I hope they made it just for them. Is it beautiful? The main thing now is to be able not to lose this color because it's very beautiful. It's just, I don't even know, it's not milky and it's not pink, it's just such a nice shade.
Right? Really?
It's really cool.
There's tenderness in these nations.
This shade is absolutely brilliant. I just keep using it over and over again.
Well, it shows through.
Of course, it shows through because it was a semi-transparent camouflage. Now there's a new line out and they made it look like natural nails. For example, they use polymer to paint cars. They paint it and dry it with a lamp so it doesn't dry in the air, but is put into a special box where it's sprayed in several layers and dried with special lamps. So it's a light curing material just like our fillings, which are also polymerized. Light curing means the same thing. And these films, by the way, are used to wrap cars if anyone is interested.
You didn't wrap yours, did you?
Actually, I thought about it. I saw that people do it. You can really use all sorts of gradients and chameleon effects. No.
I'm not even suggesting designs to you right now. I'm just suggesting it to help protect your car.
A Chinese car costs 3 million. That's laughable.
Listen. Well, on the other hand, look, any little stone that hits it, everything still stays smooth and nice.
Maybe I'll do that with a different car. I just feel that way about cars. They're just cars. I get it, you have a Mercedes or something, but me?
But now it's the Chinese, and honestly, they're really not bad.
They're great when it comes to features. Honestly, they do everything really well. They're impressive. My little one here, she parks herself. It's really cool, looks impressive. Yeah, that's actually why I bought her. She even talks, and she has an auto parking feature too. I was like, yeah, I asked how. She said just like this, presses a button, and it just... You just take your hands off completely and it turns the wheel, presses the pedals, uses the cameras to orient itself and parks on its own. Into parallel parking, not the one you did, but parallel. When you really need to park like this, it's unlikely. It's unlikely you'll need to do it. I was like, wow, that's cool. But it turned out that our drivers aren't ready for this. They don't understand what I'm doing. They start honking at me right then like they hate me because I need to stop. I press the button, it turns on the hazard lights, and then this whole thing starts. It's not clear what's happening, and it does a certain number of maneuvers, really, and parks perfectly straight. I can't even park that well myself, it's impossible, but it parks absolutely perfectly. But drivers aren't ready to wait for this. Like when we pull up here, they're not going to wait for me to park. They just won't. But adaptive cruise control is a cool thing. There are so many different features now. Honestly, all the Chinese cars are so high-tech these days. I mean, Mercedes and Audi don't have all this stuff. In Mercedes, the software doesn't work, and Audi breaks down too. I have a friend with a new Audi Q8 who's waited 6 months for glass, and her car has sat unused for nearly a year. It cost millions, and a small stone caused $500,000 in damage while she was just driving on the highway. There are no problems with Chinese cars when it comes to spare parts. Spare parts are easy to get. Why do we even need adaptive control? I don't know, maybe some people are fans and need a certain brand, but you can just put a brand logo on a sticker.
Stick it on.
Car lovers will do anything for their vehicles. You can do anything.
That's just how I was raised. Mercedes is Mercedes and the rest are just cars.
Yes, I get it. That's all clear. But when your software fails over there,
Well, I just left and now I have no navigation, no radio, nothing at all. That's it really. Right now someone sent me a message. I don't know if they'll meet me in my car and if it will be fixed or not.
well, it's okay. They're doing a good job anyway. They're still trying and coming up with solutions.
So now we'll draw them and Rogli's support. Listen, yes, the nails are really pretty. Okay.
Igor, quickly your thumb. Shall we go? Let's go in. It'll set in a moment. Oh, you won't have that stars in Africa anymore, right?
They're on break now. It might return later. It's just paused.
By the way, the tapes were more suitable for that, yes.
Yes, these are definitely African inspired.
It would have been perfect, but sewing with these gloves isn't ideal.
Well, at least he took them off right away.
I finished it up a bit. I just needed to remove a little bit of volume, that's all.
So they would look more elegant. And what about the quality of this upholstery, the covering?
This eco leather, you can't even imagine how hard I searched for it. I really drove them crazy looking for it, because this particular eco leather is very popular here. It's wear resistant, it's pleasant to the touch, it doesn't look cheap, it actually looks quite expensive. I mean, it's kind of matte, velvety, really amazing, and it's honestly indestructible. It's just so cool, you know, I actually sat on it. How did I test it? I took several pieces of this leather in different colors and soaked different samples in various liquids, like acetone, remover, alcohol, degreaser, antiseptic, and left them under plastic wrap for a whole day. I checked how it would react, but nothing happened to the leather. That's when I knew I had to get it. I mean, it was significantly more expensive, like pretty pricey for eco leather, but it was worth it. It cost, well, we've had this for 2 years now. And for example, I see now that it's gotten a little dirty. We've gotten it a bit dirty, but it all comes off easily with alcohol. You just clean it, just rub it, and that's it. So, in short, it was worth it.
It was worth it, and I see now what's amazing is that they look like new.
Mm-hmm. And then, you see over there are little triangles lying around. They're called pedicure wedges. And then some guys reached out to me and said, "Can you advertise the wedge?" They said they'd make it for me. I said I can do it, but I need it from a specific type of leather, and they found that leather for me, because the professional equipment store that made it wouldn't give me their supplier. I asked, "Can you tell me what the leather is called?" They said, "Buy it from us." I said, "You charge way too much, like 3,000 per meter. That's really expensive. It's just way too much. I won't buy it from you." They made it for me with our salon's logo and even added embroidery. Well, here are the cushions, the ones you're sitting on. You see, there's a cushion there too. Yes, they made them for me, basically. This leather is just amazing. It entertains us somehow.
I don't know. I don't want to make any noise for anyone.
And you? Why? Why do you always not want to? Leave yourself alone. Why do you always want to get rid of yourself?
In this movie? Come on.
Let it be some guy.
Yeah.
Of course, there will be 2 random guys. They will hate on Anton and you. It's pretty funny when someone is talking off screen too. Usually no one talks off screen. And it's exactly the TV network. They're the first ones who came up with talking like that. Well, something like that. It was just really funny. Let it be. We don't have any rules. I'm not TV, you know.
Well, I want to go to Crimea, or maybe not.
And what's your name?
I want my homeland.
How is it there now? It's a bit scary.
Of course it's scary. Well, there are those long-range missiles now. They'll be firing all the time. You say, where is it calm now? Well, where is it?
Do I know?
Isn't it the Eastern Vector here with us?
Yes, if anything, we'll go. Yes, no.
That's actually interesting what you were talking about.
You're telling us. It's cool in the Far East.
By the way, so we're going time.
It's a pain. It's an 8-hour flight and we're in a rush.
And then there's this time difference. Well, yeah.
So you end up arriving and working at night. Just straight into the night. Yeah.
Yeah.
Evgeny, do you often fly around the country with this kind of jet lag to the point where you don't even understand how you're flying?
I tried to keep myself away from Danil of the Far East, yes, well. I was there in the fall, yes, I was there in the fall. And since I stayed for a long time, about 12 days, and...
You had time.
Yes, I had time to adjust and was already comfortable there. Continuation. And for some years, about 8 years, I just didn't take anything there at all, because a couple of times it was so hard for me. Well, it was just terrible, just a trial, a real test.
Well, the food there is like that, but it's delicious, really. I actually love the food there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the restaurants there are really good too. Like, it's just awesome.
In every city, you can probably find delicious food, even in some small town.
Well, I don't know. In Cheetah, they fed us giblets. That was something. They have a national dish there. I forgot what it's called, but it's all sorts of different things. It's not the meat itself, but everything else around it. And when they named it, they said, it's very tasty. It's like this with dough, some giblets. And they were all so happy, but I just sat there, I sang a little. I just had a drink, I couldn't do it. When they eat those kinds of parts, it's just too much. And their food there is also very, well, heavy, probably because of the climate.
Well, of course I can.
To stay warm in Chita, people rely on coal for heat since there's no gas. It's that kind of place. People get depressed, and you can never take a full breath. Everything there is black, the snow doesn't stay white. In winter it's around minus 30 or 35, but now that frosty air is gone and you can't breathe it in anymore. And it feels like you're standing in a smoking room just like that. It stinks, and all the snow is black and the sun is shining, but you can't see it because there's smog. I said, what's happening to us? He says, it's always like this here, by the way. We have a high risk of cancer, a lot of cancer cases. I asked, do you live here? He said, well, yes, we live here. What else can we do? Well, they're used to it. I mean, it's always like this for them. Always cold, always smog, and there's no gas and no clean air. The worst part is you can only breathe well in places with working air conditioners that filter the air. So mainly clubs, restaurants, and similar places. And then I even went into a hotel and wondered why everything smelled so smoky, but it wasn't smoke, it was just that coal dust. It's just awful. It's really sad there. Well, crocodiles live there. Maybe they'll bring something there someday, but I guess it's really, really hard to get anything delivered there at all. It's just so expensive. Everything is really costly. Well, the food in the Far East was delicious.
Yeah, in the Far East it was tasty, and the Chinese food there is delicious too, especially in Blago, Pesenki.
There are such restaurants, Chinese ones, Blago, it's delicious.
I think that in the most extreme case, of course, in Mongolia, Blin,
I haven't been there yet. There.
as you read, is pure fat, like from a sheep. They just take it, cut it all off, and eat it. Oh, yes, it's not thermally processed.
No way.
They love it.
Yeah, eating raw ass. Yeah.
Yeah, kurik kurduk.
Yeah, is that ass?
Well, almost.
Almost.
Yeah, what kind?
In a raw ass, and a raw ass, and a raw ass, so be careful.
If you're offered a national dish there.
You should really think about it. You should be cautious.
Karabalina.
Karabalina, karabeta, taritarapa. Raw but raw. I have one more question. Do you have that thing, to spray and pull out the hairs?
Yes, but only tomorrow. Already? Should I spend it then? What, do you have hair or something?
Well, I just looked under the light, and I already suspected that she'd done it kind of strangely. It's just really strange that everything was left behind.
And you don't do electrolysis for this, or maybe some kind of laser? No, okay, I'll check. Well...
Ask yes, I don't know. Maybe I'll just manage. Right now I'm looking at everything under the light and thinking something's off. There is. Who is that?
Sveta Golubich? No other option.
No, I've seen it before and I thought it was strange. I did all this not so long ago, so it's clear.
It's gone. There are phases. It's not about how she got rid of it. It just happens. The thing is, hair has different growth phases, just like eyelashes and everywhere else on the body. And listen, maybe when she plucked them, your hairs just hadn't grown in yet, but now they've come through.
It seems she did everything she was supposed to.
It was done, but it can't just stay in.
And after just a short time, what does she use on you again?
Sugaring wax or polymer wax?
We used wax, that's all.
Alright, well, do you know that there is polymer wax?
No, it's nicer.
Than the strips, right? Yeah, it's not as unpleasant. The thing is, the wax that you use with the strip hardens, it becomes solid and stiff. When you pull it off, well, it's kind of, a whole story, right? But polymer wax also hardens, yet it stays elastic, and because of that, pulling out the hair becomes more comfortable. Yes, the technique matters. I understand that there, in Moscow, in your village, you don't have these kinds of technologies. Well,
You don't have those out there in the snow.
yes, but on our collective farm we already do all this. Well,
You're just really advanced. Yeah, I mostly do this outside Moscow.
we'll see how it goes, yeah.
We'll see how it goes in Moscow. If I have free time, I'd rather spend it at home for a while, but when I'm away somewhere, that's when I do this. For example, in Sochi, this girl did it for me. But I'm afraid to do it again because what if they take off my tan? No, they definitely won't.
No, it's more like a peel. I mean, some of the skin really does come off, but only the part that's already ready to peel off.
It's already served its time.
What if it's still tanned?
Well,
She'll be all messy.
start peeling. When you get too much sun, listen, look, they always use the product. Well,
I just always try to get to the sea or at least get some sun.
I can't live without the sea, that's why I want to go to Crimea so much. It still has the best sea. Well,
for Russian ones, let's put a little...
Without Russian options. Listen, lamps give such a bright light.
It's that kind of light. For example, in a club, like at a disco, where there are ultraviolet lamps, you'll be glowing there. Pretty much the same. I usually glow at discos. It's very easy to find me.
Now it's fine for me. It's not hard to find me even without a disco.
It's a charge and a natural phenomenon.
But no.
Well, when you go somewhere, there are those parties. We found this out afterwards when... Oh, I found out that I glow. I didn't know for a long time, for many years. And Shurik came to that cheese factory. We also did our nails together. And then, they had a concert there. And he sat me right there, in front of the stage. I notice everyone is watching me, and in the dark, I'm the only one visible, like a glowing wick. I was also freshly dyed, and it was just like those lamps, only on my head. Well, really nuclear. Everyone stared at me, and since it was so strange and bright, no one understood why I looked that way. And then when I did those yellow roots, from yellow to orange to red, we went to Belarus that year, and they also threw a party at the end, and I was just absolutely glowing. You see how much the yellow pops in neon because it all goes into orange and red. Such long hair, all of it.
That's how at a birthday party you can't even dance. People try to talk to you and confuse you.
No, for now, I don't get invited to birthday parties. I don't even remember the last time I was at a birthday party. My own? And I didn't celebrate my own birthday. I just don't like birthdays. How beautiful. It's very beautiful. It's very beautiful.
It's very beautiful.
Hello, friends.
Oh, you. My legs are just on fire. So much fire. It's beautiful. I'll wait for you.
it's very expensive, yes.
It's really beautiful. Oh, well, heels. Why aren't you working on them? Am I in your way? No, I'll be bothering you. No, not at all.
You won't. Go ahead. Look.
How many years have you been in the profession? 20.
Well,
Yes, 12. A lot, yes, a ton, so many. Can you please tell us, how do you avoid burning out? Give a definition of the word burnout. No.
I understand what you're talking about. Well, how do I not burn out? Everyone burns out. I mean, I do too when I come in and... No.
You're just tired. But you don't leave the profession, do you?
I don't quit, but there are some parts, some things I just don't want to do.
That's understandable. There are things you like and others that don't inspire you, for example.
I think I don't burn out because I'm always doing different things. So if I went to the same theater all the time,
To work?
like many people do, maybe I would have done things differently. And since I always work in private theaters, in different groups, in different cities, with different people, with different directors and producers, it seems like it's interesting and fun. I'm always coming up with something new for myself. I don't do the same thing all the time.
So the key is development, not novelty, right?
Yes, just changing the location too. I really love changing the scenery, so I always get excited, and whenever I have the chance, I immediately go somewhere beautiful and pamper myself. But in general, of course, this joy of novelty still gets lost. I mean, you go somewhere and realize, oh my God, you've already done something like this 100 times. It's the same thing now.
Well, of course, you've already filmed, for example, in this movie 100 times, but cinema is still different every time.
Cinema is actually interesting. Cinema is different every time. Well, for example, today I mentioned in vain the show Stars Aligned on NTV. Well, how many times I've been going to this show since its very first episode, and that's it.
I haven't seen a single episode of that show, not even one. I don't even know what you're talking about from that word.
Just today someone, yes, oh.
Was talking about this program.
Yes.
I think, not at all. They have free time, they have time, they manage to watch.
So, and you already understand how the talk show will be structured, what they're going to ask now, and well, it's kind of easier for me because I mostly joke about it and take it pretty lightly. Some people take it very seriously. That must be hard in a place like this. Basically, you just need to take yourself less seriously.
Oh.
So you can sit more comfortably?
Yes, thank you very much. And in the meantime, my awesome red pedicure is ready.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, just don't switch to English. Tell me, which finger are you going to put it on?
Which big one do you want? No, whichever you want. I can do any of them. This one? Oh, the fakushka?
Well, it's kind of like love, but, well...
Like that, right?
Well, it's bad. Well, what other one should I use to show it?
Well, I usually use the big one.
Yeah.
I do. Well, because when you're typing something on the phone... Okay.
Let's do it on that one. Hooligan girl. Little hooligan, hooligans, hooligan boy, little girl. And look how many shows I have, how many I hosted, how many I participated in, and so sometimes you think about checking how things are going there. Well, and it's impossible to search on the internet. I don't know how it's stored somewhere, but when you look, the quality is like this. So if you find something, the quality is like that. Oh my God, it's not the same anymore. It's not from today.
Evelina, you participate and you often make ironic remarks about beauty.
Well, of course, where do we get our colors from? That's where we get them from. And sometimes we act that way ourselves, well, because, well, it's kind of even. I have some groups where the girls act exactly like that, and I act the same way with them.
And sometimes people are just too beautiful.
Too beautiful? You know, people used to tell me that I was too beautiful, so they assumed that I was, like a man, what are they called, over there. You know, those Thai men, what are they, transsexuals? Well, yes, there was even a whole theory about it. At one point, journalists were actually writing about it. And recently, a girl told me, she said, when I was watching the masks, I looked at you and thought that people this beautiful just don't exist. Well, you can't really say too beautiful anymore because there are so many beautiful people now. Anyone can be beautiful these days. Nowadays, there's no problem changing something about yourself. In my youth, you just had to be happy with what you were born with, admire it, and show it to the world. But now you can do anything to yourself. Anything you want, you can be anyone at all. Anyone. And nowadays, you don't even need a lot of money for that. Nowadays, basically, if you're lucky, you'll come out of the plastic surgeon's hands looking beautiful. If you're not lucky, you'll come out with some holes or crooked. But now, of course, everyone has plump lips, big eyes, everyone has hair, everyone has everything, but we had to make do with just our own body parts. That makes me happy. And of course, when people start telling me that I have fake lips, I'm already tired of showing my childhood photos and telling them how much I suffered because of these lips and how many roles I lost because of them. Because when I came to auditions, they would cover up all my lips because a Soviet girl couldn't have lips like that. And that's why those plastic surgeons who said that people would bring my photo and ask for lips like mine, or this kind of angle like I have, thank God, right here on my chin, like how? Yes, an ideal for plastic surgery designs, so I thank my plastic surgeon. The one who is in heaven. What do you think?
What will people be getting enhanced in the near future? Which body parts?
Nose. They'll be draining brains. Well?
It's trendy now. On the contrary, many people are removing implants and other things. Those lips, those turned out ones, those dumpling lips are no longer in style. So the trend is toward naturalness.
The trend is naturalness, naturally when it comes to naturalness.
When we started going out, gluing on feathers, and when those really big dumpling lips were in, yes, when everyone had those filled lips.
Listen, but where did they go? I don't really see them disappearing. Whoever had them still has them. No.
Even a decent director won't cast an actress with overdone lips. Maybe they just won't have any competition.
Maybe she'll get picked up there.
They won't use her as a model either, so there still needs to be balance.
Let's say, well, girls want to get married. Well, it's true.
Because they want children, they want more, and they want them to be more expensive. Well, like they'll be giving birth until their chins drop. That's a different question.
I think it all depends on the development of plastic surgery and cosmetology. Maybe not even on men and Barbie. I like this example because blondes with big lips and big eyes.
Big-haired.
Hairy, busty, with big butts and so on, like that. No, well, let's see, who did we have like that, right? Although nothing has been done. Ira Saltykova, she really is just the way she is, but she was a real standard, just like Vetlitskaya. They were similar to each other, and both of them were natural. My youth was spent among gangsters. It was a bit different there. Yes, it was emphasized. There was a lot of gold on you. There were those tiger print clothes. Everything was tight-fitting, bright. Brands, yes, brands. There were brands back then, but not this. There were no eyelashes, no lips, nothing like that, because this whole industry is actually not that old. It's really not that old at all.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, it's actually the desire to meet beauty standards, and those standards are just made up. Everything girls do now, they're trying to match that filter. Everyone wants to fit the filter. Because this perfect image, well, you're normal, okay? But this perfect image, on the internet, everyone falls for success, wealth, a beautiful life. That's what it is. Never work.
No, eyelashes are really cool, but I suffered so much when I stopped using eyelashes. God, I just hated myself. I couldn't handle it. Well, now I've kind of gotten used to it. I think, well, whatever. You can't scratch with those eyelashes, nothing at all.
Well, yes, that's a really significant drawback. I agree, basically.
I could also wear makeup on my eyes for 5 days straight just to always look good. And
that's not very good.
It's not just bad, it's terrible and really harmful, especially for the lashes. Yes, something starts growing there.
You have to wash it all the time.
And I could go around. Really, I didn't wash my eyelashes at all. I mean, I was scared.
They said not to touch or wash them so they wouldn't fall off, as specialists advised. But now there are creams and special brushes to clean your eyelashes. Now we have everything, thank God, but that's because when they started seeing clients actually bringing in, do you remember what those little what are they called?
Demodex mites.
Well, some tiny little fleas. Yeah, that's just crazy. That's an infection. It's awful.
Where did they bring them from?
Well, the girls who tried not to wash it all off so it would last longer. They brought them in. You can't really see them, only if you look really closely you could see them. Well, it's just such a horrible feeling.
I...
I...
Love is the answer, is that what you mean? Will there be an answer? No, I'm thrilled. And how well does this finger match with the lower, with the toes? So, like I have a pink purse, and now here the orange looks good.
Well, that's a contrast I see.
Yeah. Of course.
You could say it's trendy.
Taksana, yes, go on, Mom.